Welcome into Duval Daily, presented by GenJag.com. I'm Jordan Lugo. Thanks for tuning in here on Sunday, July 30th. Jaguars training camp week 1 is in the books. We're going to get into my top 5 takeaways from the first week of Jaguars 2023 training camp right now. First, if you enjoy the content, please hit that like and subscribe button. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss a show on here. You can also check out genjag.com/shop. Pick up some new Duval gear if you want to support the channel even further. Helps us out a ton. Again, thank you for being here. So getting into these top takeaways, I think it would be dead wrong to just not start with Calvin Ridley and the impact he's having. He's been unbelievable, and he hasn't been perfect. Like, there's been a couple miscues here and there, but the way he approaches the game, the way he practices, the way he leads, and the way he moves as a receiver, whether it's in the positional drills, whether it's in the team drills, he just looks incredible. He looks like he's moving at a different speed. He has incredible ball skills. He's able to go up and get it. He's able to go to the ground and get it. It's like anything that you put near him, this guy's going to come down with. It's really, really impressive. And just explosive 3-level threat. Moves different from everyone else. I think he's really going to open up this Jaguars offense. I think he's clearly taken the mantle of wide receiver 1 in Jacksonville. Even though Christian Kirk's getting paid more than Calvin Ridley, I think it's clear that Calvin is the leader in the room, the alpha in the room, and I think he's going to play like that on Sundays, and I think Trevor's going to target him like that on Sundays. I'd also like to switch to the defensive side of the ball, give the young linebackers some credit. I think Chad Muma and Devin Lloyd, they've both been very good, and I think you see that this year 2 comfortability in the system is kind of setting in for them. Will it carry over to the regular season? I really don't know. But Lloyd, he hasn't looked lost in coverage, which you saw a ton in 2022 on film, unfortunately. He's been making a ton of plays, firing downhill, getting into the backfield, looking really sharp. Chad Muma, he got that the second pick of training camp yesterday, but the first pick of Trevor Lawrence, he was just dropping in a zone, and Trevor should not have made the throw that he made. But Muma, he's been where he's supposed to be. He's been playing well, had that interception. I think those 2 young linebackers so far are playing the way you'd hope that they would play in year 2. But of course, will that carry over to the regular season? Yet to be determined. Trevor Lawrence, for me, he just feels like that $60 million quarterback that he's probably going to be after the 2023 season, assuming things go well for him. He's leading, he's communicating, he's confident, he's playing at a high level, he's playmaking, he's kind of able to toss some throws up there that are 50-50 balls maybe at best, and his guys are able to come down with a lot of them. He has not been perfect, but he has made a lot of big throws. He's also decided to be safe when he needs to be safe, checking the ball down at times. So I've been really impressed with Trevor Lawrence, which should come as no surprise. He ended the season incredibly hot. He's going into year 2 in Doug Peterson's system. He understands what this offense is. And according to Press Taylor, this is Trevor Lawrence's offense now. And I think he's going to be even sharper on game days than he is in practice. I think you've kind of seen that for the most part from him so far. But he's been really impressive to me. Looks like he's added some good weight, some muscle, as he did last year as well. So I think Trevor Lawrence, he's doing everything you want him to do as a franchise quarterback and proving that he can lead this team for the foreseeable future and that he's worthy of that big-time, record-breaking contract that every big-time young quarterback has been signing over the last couple years. Joe Burrow's next. I think Trevor Lawrence will be shortly after that in the 2024 offseason. So excited for Trevor. It's his team. It's his offense. There's no doubt about that in my mind. Looking at a rookie running back, Tank Bixby, I think he's going to have a big role early. And a lot of folks were like, oh, you have Travis Etienne, he's going to get all the carries. Travis Etienne, I think, still will get the majority of the carries in Jacksonville. He's just a speed threat that really is unparalleled throughout most of the league. I think there's a couple running backs that might have the same explosive factor that Travis Etienne has. But Tank Bixby has a little bit more of that physicality, a little bit more of that power to go along with very good speed, very good creativity and quickness. And you've seen him just doing a lot with the first team offense, to be quite frank. Doing a lot of different things, looking really sharp doing it. And of course, I think he's going to look even better once the pads come on because he is a guy that brings that physicality, that will punch defenders in the mouth, that will run through you, past you, definitely run through arm tackles. I'm really excited for Tank Bixby, what he's going to bring to the Jaguars offense. And I think, maybe 65-35 Travis Etienne, Tank Bixby. And then you obviously have to throw in some JaMychal Hasty in there, sprinkle that in because he's a very good receiver, really good on the passing down stuff. And Dearness Johnson, will he be able to earn a role at all when those guys are all healthy? I'm not sure, but he should definitely be on the roster too because he's a hell of a back in his own right. Looking at special teams a little bit, Brandon McManus, I think, is a bigger offseason signing than anyone has given it credit for. Like, this is a guy that really changes the way you can approach drives. Like, you did not feel confident asking your kicker in 2022 to try to make kicks of 50-plus yards. You just didn't. You didn't feel that way in 2021 either. I mean, the Jaguars have really not had a real deep ball leg in quite a while. You look at what Josh Lambo was able to do. He was more of an accuracy kicker than a super deep ball kicker. Brandon McManus has a huge leg. I mean, I think there's a chance he could break the Jaguars' all-time record for longest kick in a season. I think there's a good chance he'll be able to do that. And he's very accurate inside of 50 yards. Beyond 50 yards, he has the leg to bring home the 3 points that you need. So I think it gives the Jaguars offense a lot of versatility. I think it's going to help them out a ton moving into 2023, just having the ability. If they need to make a long kick, they can do it. If they just need 3 points, and it doesn't matter where you are on the field, I think you feel more confident in Brandon McManus than you did with anybody you've had over the last couple of years in Jacksonville. You know, no offense to any of those young guys, but McManus, he's accurate as hell inside of 50, and he's got the leg to make it from beyond 50. And that's the type of kicker you need in this league today, in my opinion, to maximize all of your drives. I think he's going to help them do that in a big way. And he gives them, in my opinion, when you look at the top 3 specialists, right, your kicker, your punter, and your returner, perhaps one of the very best trios in the league there. Logan Cook is an amazing punter. Jamal Agnew is an amazing returner. And Brandon McManus is a hell of a kicker. So I think the Jaguars are set up in a really good situation there with that room. And obviously they have a ton of really good gunners and specialists. They've brought in guys that play special teams. And I think Heath Farwell is going to have that unit, all those special teams units, really humming in 2023 in a big way. I think it's going to help out the Jaguars. They already had a pretty good special teams unit in 2022. I think it's going to be even better in 2023. Up next, we've got one more unpadded practice on Monday. Then the pads come on Tuesday. I'm fired up for that. Can't wait to see the pads. That's like when you really start feeling like you're watching real football, not just some two-hand touch stuff. And then first preseason game is less than 2 weeks away. Can't wait for it. Really appreciate y'all tuning in. Have a good one.